Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hey, everybody, welcome. It's so great to be talking with all of you. Welcome to the show. Benny? Guess what we're going to talk about today?
Ooh, I know, but our listeners may not know, so let's tell them.
We're going to talk about an adaptogen.
Oh, I wonder if I still have that. You're breaking out all the old school stuff today.
It's an old school.
I do have it, Pat. Can you believe it? Check this out. Wait, where is it? Don't wait for me. Wait for me.
Adaptogen. Here we go.
Wow, I thought I had to dust that one off.
Boy, I'm telling you. You want to talk about crust busting, everybody? Listen, before I even introduce Mark, let me just set the stage for you. I had to bust my own crust on this, Benny. I had to do this. You know, I met Mark and the team at, the Maca team. And I thought to myself, okay, I know maca. I understand it. I've used it before. I've had it before. I've eaten it before. I've used the tinctures. But then comes along the maca team. And I'm reading about Mark, and I'm reading about the team and of the family and where they get the maca from. And then I go to the website and I'm looking at this, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, wow. And the next thing I know, Mark and I are doing the show. I am loving the maca, but I'm still a little like, I have reservations. Like, is this, here's my crust. Am I going to be able to have a similar effect happen to me that the people that, are eating the maca or using it are say, am I going to have that? So I had the crust around this, Benny. I had this idea of, well, you know what? I think I'll see some effect, but not maybe a whole lot. You know, why? I'm older, blah, 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 like that, right? And so I was sharing with Mark Ament joining me here today, and he is part of the Maca team. And I was sharing with him over a period of time that I went back and I started to play table tennis. And what I'm starting to notice is literally what today's show is about. You ready for this, everybody? Be proactive with your health. The pro-youthing effects of Peruvian Maca with Maca expert Mark Ament. Now, here's what I want to say to everybody out there, because all of you that have bought the maca, you are saying the same thing. I thought for sure I'm going to have some results. I really did. I mean, I thought I'm going to feel better. But I never thought in a million years that what I would be doing every Sunday would actually be a reality. Today, Mark is going to talk with us about how this works and why, even through my own skepticism, my own crust busting around this, that I too could experience this thing we're calling pro-youthing. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Pat. It's a pleasure to be here again, as always.
I love this term.
Great to hear your introduction.
I love this term because this is really exciting. I love that we're talking about this. It's a fabulous term. But, today throughout the show, we're going to actually talk about how it gets to show up in our lives. And, it doesn't matter what age you are. So let's just say that. Pro-youthing is such a great term. How did you hear it? What is it?
Yeah, it's a great question. The common term we typically associate with that idea is anti-aging, right?
Yeah.
That's what's commonly out there, and that's an okay term. But it has that negative thing in there, that that, fighting. And so one of my teachers and sort of one of the, my personal hero type people is a man named Peter Ragnar, and people can look him up online. His last name is spelled Ragnar. And anyway, he's living a vibrant, healthy life well into his 80s. And you look at him and you'd think, he's not a day over 60. It's pretty amazing, super strong and super mentally alert. And so that's where I first heard the term pro-youthing. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, because he says, hey, I am for something. I am for staying young, rejuvenating my cells, being healthier. And that's where I first heard it, and it made a lot of sense to me. So to be for something it's easier to get the energy behind, at least for me, than to be anti something.
Yeah. I was reading something he said on his website, and it's exactly what you're talking about. The question that gets asked right, is why live long? Everybody's going to die someday. And, there are arguments about pro and con for people about why we're looking at that. And, then we look at living long as he talks about it to describe why the reasons are we are here and why that's important for us. But I think there's something interesting in the conversation. It's that people that look at this idea of longevity look at it as their latter years as something painful, as not being well. But that's not what we're talking about today. And pro-youthing is not about that at all. It's really a new narrative. It's a different conversation, Mark, right?
Right. You wouldn't think of, I know where you're coming from in the sense many people think, when I get 70 or whatever arbitrary number they put on it, 70, 80, 90, whatever, then, that's it. It's over. I'm done. I can't move around. But this is a whole different idea about how to consider your lifespan. And I know one thing Peter Ragnar never does is he doesn't talk about age. He doesn't talk about I'm XYZ old, because it's just a number, and he talks about, hey, am I flexible in my body? Am I open in my mind? Is my spirit still wanting to grow? And as long as that's happening, why wouldn't you want to enjoy life and to make the most out of the experience we have here? I think it's a really, like you said, a kind of a new narrative for most people.
Yeah. And, this is not where we're talking about one or two individuals, because that's the other place we go, Mark. And I did the same thing, by the way. That's the other place we go. We take a look and we say, well, wait a minute, look at all the great testimonials from people on your website, and you make a mental limiting assessment. And that mental limiting assessment that you have is that, what, that's probably going to be for them. Maybe I'll feel a little better. But I will tell you, I never in a million years thought that I would be doing what I'm doing every Sunday the way I'm doing it every Sunday. I never thought in a million years that that's what I would be talking with you about. The thing that I wanted to ask you about as well is we have another idea. And the other idea is, well, you know what, Mark? Even if I do start to take better care of myself, even if I do start to, eat the maca 2 or 3 times, maybe work with the tincture 2 or 3 times a day, the liquid form, maybe even if I do it, maybe in about a year, I'll feel better. So you see that story we even have about how it's pro-youthing is supposed to work.
Right. It's amazing. Yeah, that sort of limiting belief. And I can understand, because, people, and I feel that too in many ways, people get numbed by all the crazy health claims that are out there for this product and that product and this drug and that drug. And honestly, that's one of the things I did when I originally set up this Maca business and made a website. As I said, you know what? I'm not going to put crazy health claims. I'm not going to be selly on there. I'm just going to put facts and let those speak for themselves. And I think that's really important to stay in integrity for us, you know. Yeah. We're not promising that it's going to do these things, but over time and time again, we have so many wonderful feedbacks on our website, and like your like your feedback in itself. Yeah. So it's I think staying open for the possibility, that's what I would suggest anyone listening. Stay open for the possibility that that simply adding this food could change how you feel.
Exactly. And let's be really clear, it is a food. And, you know, as a food, I used it. Benny and I were kind of, you know, talking about, and you heard the play of adaptogen. Adaptogen. It is a food, and it is an adaptogen, but people don't know what that term means. They don't
typically, and I'm happy to just explain it a little bit. I mean, one way to look at it, one sort of definition is that an adaptogen is a type of food, can be an herb as well, but you know, something that we would consume that raises our overall life force energy in the body, that just clicks in to our body system and boosts that vitality, that spirit, that shininess, you know, that comes from feeling alive. And that is a pretty rare commodity among foods. Ginseng is the other one that's really known quite well, and maca is those are the top two adaptogens. Another way you can look at it is that an adaptogen, just to play on the word a little bit, adapts to your body, so it's going to work a little bit differently in your body than it would work in my body. And that's kind of neat too. That's great about maca. You know, we get a lot of questions. Can a man take it? Can a woman take it? Does it have hormones? No, it doesn't have hormones. It adapts to an individual's body and helps that body achieve a better overall health and a better hormone balance.
Yeah. And, you know, I wanted to say to everyone, for those of you tuning in, you know, just tuning in, Mark and Ment joining me here today, and we're really referring to maca as the food. You can go to the Maca team, MACA team.com, themacateam.com. And, you know, everything we're talking about here is there. And you'll find out more about organically grown, fairly traded, GMO free, fresh, potent, the best prices anywhere, and the love that the family has for this is demonstrated through not just the product, the quality of it, but the joy that each of us gets to experience from the changes we see in our body. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how maca increases bone strength. How does it fight osteoporosis? We're taking your questions as well. 1-800-930-2819. And when I come back, I'm going to share a little story about what I experienced this past Sunday, which is actually kind of mind-blowing. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
Transformation Talk Radio is dedicated to the education and awareness of Lyme disease.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Lyme Talk Radio. I'm Dr. Pat, joined here by
Dr. Nusheen Darvish.
Dr. Pat Basili and Dr. Nusheen Darvish will be bringing the most innovative, groundbreaking information, research, treatment innovations, and stories from those it affects every day.
I'm so excited to be talking about this.
We have so much to share.
Dr. Darvish and I are planning to do is connect the dots.
People suffering with all sorts of chronic diseases, it's time. It is time for them to transform.
Tune into Lyme Talk Radio and help keep our mission strong.
For the loyal listeners out there that have been listening to this incredible show on Lyme disease, we are not going to let you down. We're going to come through stronger and enrich the platform for Lyme disease awareness through Lyme Talk Radio. The message will continue, the conversations will become stronger, and the healing epic. Hi everyone, this is Dr. Pat. The ancient Inca root vegetable maca is world-renowned for its wide array of health benefits. As a family-run company of true maca specialists, the Maca team's mission is to provide you with fresh, organic, premium quality maca powders at a fair price. Amazing. All of the products are always organically grown, fair-traded, GMO-free, fresh, and potent. So don't take my word for it. Experience the life-changing benefits of maca today. Visit themacateam.com.
Are you searching? Looking for a sign? A message you need to hear? From the great unknown? From the most mysterious place that is the most familiar to your soul in the depths of who you are? The universe put someone here to talk to, someone God gave a blessing to, that you may find insight with. TheAngelLady.net. 1-800-323-1790.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Ronnie DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Ronnie DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Ronnie DeLuce at info@ronniedeluceonradio.com and visit mtheholisticretreat.com. Dr. Ronnie DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
There are so many resources out there for meditation. But did you know that Atana's Heart Earth Healing Meditation is available for you for free? Yes, that's right. You can receive this free healing meditation today from Atana Badili. All you need to do is visit his website, atanamethod.com. That's ATAANA method.com, and sign up. You will receive your free meditation instantly. That's atanamethod.com.
Are you ready for a game changer? Sarah Westall is bringing you Business Game Changers Radio. Sarah brings you leading experts, visionaries, and newsmakers who provide the best commentary on big issues and cutting-edge innovations. Sarah's 20 years as a business executive will help you think like an entrepreneur with expertise, energy, and attitude. Tune in to Business Game Changers Mondays at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. You're listening to the Dr. Pat Show. Go to the drpatshow.com or go to transformationtalkradio.com. And just to give you a heads up, you're going to start to see some changes in my website. Some things are being changed. This technology I've been talking about, we're going to be implementing it piece by piece, kind of like an adaptogen, like we're talking about here with Maca. Things happen. Things change. And Mark Ament is joining me here today. We're talking about pro-youthing. And I didn't think, Mark, when you and I first started to chat, that I would be having this conversation with you. And, the conversation I'm having is directly related to our topic today. How does maca increase bone strength? How does maca fight osteoporosis? And I think those are really important conversations to have before I even, talk about what my Sunday experience was.
Great. Yeah, I'm happy to share with that. So I can do that in the form of kind of a story. So I've had the Maca team up and running for 10 years now in various forms. And one of the things I did at first was to really look into research and find out what was supported and what's not. And there has been quite a number of studies done on maca's effects for bone health. And what they've seen is that the research have studied this have seen that maca increases bone density, and it can also increase the bone strength. And so I knew about this for quite a long time, and of course, doing what I do. And about 5 years ago, my mom went to the doctor, and the doctor said that she had the precursors of osteoporosis, which I think is osteopenia or something like that.
Yep.
And the doctor was going to give her a medicine for that. And my mom doesn't really like to take medicines. She's 69 now, and she was about 65 then, I think. And so she was like, I don't really want to take medicines. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I know this about maca, and she had it before through me, but kind of sporadically, I'll take it on and off. And I said, you know what? Why don't you take this very consistently? So she did a 2 teaspoons to 3 teaspoons a day of red maca. Went to the doctor in 6 months later after she'd been taking it, and the doctor didn't even know what to say, because the numbers had improved to such an extent that the term precursor to osteoporosis or osteopenia was not even in question anymore, that she doesn't have to worry about it. And interestingly, so that was about 3 years ago that she got the second report, and the last time she went to the doctor for the bone density test, it's fine. It was just exactly where it needs to be. So amazingly, she avoided having to take, not amazingly to me, but to her, she was amazed she didn't have to take this medicine, and she feels good, so that is a sort of a story about how, about the maca working for that. Yeah. The reason it worked, though, I have to say, it's really important for people listening, is my mom also made that commitment, right? She said, because I told her, I said, I'm happy to give this to you, and of course you can, do what you want with it, but I'd really love you to try it. And she said, you know what, I'm going to try it, and I'm going to see and just see what happens. And that was the consistency is the key, and that is a key with maca, is to stay, consistent in the amount you take and the amount of days you enjoy it too. If you just take it once in a while, whenever you think about it, it's going to have a different effect.
Yeah. No, I think that's the thing that I think you emphasize with me. And, so it was quite easy. And one of the things you talked about, Mark, maybe we should mention, is that, some of the folks listening to the show, our audience here, had a couple of different questions, which we've answered. I know I've gotten a couple of emails, and what I've said to people is, this is not a one size fits all. And what I said, Mark, and maybe you can talk to this a little bit, is if you're busy like me, there'll be some times where you're going to take the maca, the red maca, and you're going to put it on cereal, you're going to put it on quinoa, you're going to do something with it, right? Because you're eating. But then for those days that you're not, you can either do the liquid form or the capsules. So this is, I think, important for us to talk about with people, that there's more than one way to build consistency.
I'm glad I didn't even thought about that
that was super important for me, because if I had to think about eating it every day, I don't think I would have been as consistent. But, when I can take the liquid form and pop it right in my NutriBullet, or not even bother, then I'm not even thinking about it.
It's interesting. Yeah, and for those people listening who don't know that, maca does come in a powder. We do sell it in a powder, and that's a great way, like Dr. Pat's talking, mix it into your morning cereal, mix it into a smoothie. I make pancakes with it. My daughter really loves pancakes, so I get a little extra boost in there by putting maca in it, in the flour mixture for the pancakes. So that's great. We also have maca in capsules, which is pretty convenient too, especially if you're traveling. But also what Dr. Pat's talking about are these really cool liquid extracts that I'm super excited about. We've had them out only for about
really good.
A year and a half. They're glycerin based, so they're not alcohol, so kids can have them too. And they do taste kind of sweet and good. And it's really great just to have them, on your desk or in your bag, and you just can put a couple drops under your tongue and get a nice little boost. And it's really easy, as you said, Dr. Pat, to stay more consistent with your maca. And the other thing I wanted to say about those is, when we first started those, we weren't sure how the response was going to be. A year and a half ago, we made a bunch of them. And I had taken some before, and I said, hey, this works really quite well. But, you never know until it gets out there. But we get so many great feedbacks on them that some people have said, I just switched to it. And I don't do that because I'm like you. I like the taste of maca, so I enjoy a little bit mixed in my smoothie. But I do have a bottle at my desk and enjoy that as well. Yeah. So
I like the variety, and I'm kind of like you. Maca is a food, and I like to enjoy the food. So there's part of that. But I'll tell you, that for my Sunday experience, that liquid form under the tongue before I go play and then during I'm telling you, it's really quite interesting. It's quite an interesting thing to watch. For those of you out there, you can go to themacateam.com. And by the way, if you go to themacateam.com, many of you are not doing this, but if you want to, go to themacateam.com/Pat, P-A-T. There's a special offer for everybody out there that Mark and the team has put together. When we come back, we're going to talk about energy and activity levels. This is what I'm most excited to talk about. I've got something to share that I have to tell you. Linda said, Pat, are you like exaggerating? I said, no, this is like the truth. This is the story. She said, are you sure? I said, I'm telling you that what happened last Sunday, I can't even begin to explain. But, I don't have to. Mark's going to do it. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
The doctor is in. Tune in to the hit show, The Psychic Love Doctor, with host Deborah Lee. Deborah's life-affirming, highly perceptive reading method has taught Deborah how to zero in on specific problems with relationships, career pursuits, and current roadblocks to success and happiness. Join Deborah Fridays at 2 p.m. Pacific, and for a special broadcast the second Thursday of every month at 11 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Called the Oprah of radio by her listeners. Award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatshow.com for listening times in your area.
Tune in to the Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegel every Thursday for a 2-hour show, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio. Artie and Sky deliver spiritual and motivational messages with passion and a sense of humor. Call in 800-930-2819 for live and on-air readings. Visit artiehoffman.com and skyofangels.com.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
Get ready to experience Truth Talk Radio with host Deb Acker. Tune in to Truth Talk Radio each Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to illuminate the truth in your daily life as you experience life, love, and abundance from a whole new perspective. This hit show will leave you feeling lighter and bring you into a place of infinite possibilities every day in every way. Visit TruthTalkRadioshow.com for upcoming transformative topics and guests.
Do you want to achieve your goals? Do you want to strengthen relationships with others? Do you want to improve your financial status? Colette Marie Steffen is partnering with Mark Kettenbach to bring you an energetic upgrade online experience launching in April. Unfold and develop your full potential. Visit energeticupgrade.com today for more information. That's energeticupgrade.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. You know, as I said before, and I thank you guys for asking me to say it slowly, please visit the Maca, M-A-C-A, team.com. And then, you know, you put the little slash there, Pat. And then once you go ahead and get your Maca, you will get a special offer. And what we're going to do now is Mark is going to be giving a gift away as well. So, Mark, why don't we do that to our first caller, 1-800-930-2819, so you can try this, right, Mark? That would be a great thing for us to kind of open up the phone line. Let's give some of the Maca away. Yeah, definitely. We love to do that. We've done this a couple shows in the past, as you know, and it's amazing that all the people who received the gifts have wanted to reorder. One lady was so excited. She runs a small wellness festival in Washington, and she's like, I want to include it there. Can you send it to us? You know, and so we're really happy to do that. What I'll do is whoever wins this, I will connect with them, or you guys will connect me with them. And we'll find out exactly which kind of Maca would be best for them, and then we'll get it out to them right away. Exactly. And, you know, so 1-800-930-2819. Now, Mark, I want you to explain this. I'm going to put you on the spot right here, okay? I told Linda I was going to do this. We were going to talk about, and we are going to talk about, how Maca supports energy and activity levels. And, you know, I thought to myself, okay, now, did I know I was going to be talking about this 6 months ago? No. Did I know I was going to be talking about this 4 months ago? No. But I started to go back and play table tennis. And when I was in my 20s, I played table tennis. And I'm not talking about like ping pong. I'm kind of talking about like the ball spins at 100 miles an hour table tennis, that kind of table tennis. And I've never wanted to play. And Linda will tell you this, because it's always been hard for me to play and not play at the level or the way that I want to play. So instead of playing, I wouldn't play. And actually, I would run the risk of getting hurt because my mind would work faster than my body. So I've slowly on Sundays been getting back into playing. And I shared with the listeners and with you a couple weeks ago that I believe that I've started to see the Maca kick in about a month ago. And so what did that even look like? Well, what it looked like was that I could get back to... We seem to lost Pat,
All right? Well, what we'll do is we'll just take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Okay. Abundance Takes Flight continues for the month of May. If you missed the extraordinary event in person, you will not want to miss this video. Make a donation to ShareWheel via abundancetakesflight.org. That's abundancetakesflight.org, and receive your life-changing video from Lynn M. Brown, 8 Things Directly from the Mouth of Money. You can also view the list of vendors who are gifting 50% off their proceeds to ShareWheel when you mention this ad for the month of May.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
There are so many resources out there for meditation. But did you know that Atana's Heart Earth Healing Meditation is available for you for free? Yes, that's right. You can receive this free healing meditation today from Atana Badili. All you need to do is visit his website, atanamethod.com. That's ATAANA method.com, and sign up. You will receive your free meditation instantly. That's atanamethod.com.
Shine On Radio. Find Your Shine with Kelly is the show that celebrates what makes you, you. Join co-hosts Kelly Wadler and Dr. Pat Basili as they break down how to brilliantly fuel and move your body and love what makes you shine. Kelly is a professional arts and wellness coach dedicated to helping brilliant women find their confidence, energy, self-love, and shine. Tune in to Shine On Radio with Kelly and find your shine on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
On the cutting edge of the new mainstream, Christine Upchurch is passionate about bringing together science, psychology, and spirituality in a way that can be applied to our everyday lives for true transformation. The Christine Upchurch Show, stellar conversations to illuminate your journey, engages some of the most outstanding visionaries on the planet in lively dialogue to inspire you to become that bright light you're meant to be. Join Christine every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on KKNW, AM 1150, and Transformation Talk Radio.
I saw stars on the pavement, California dreams, looked up through the bright lights, no stars that I see.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I got so excited. Oh my gosh, we just blew up the lines right here. And, you know, one of the things we were talking about was energy. And I was sharing, Mark, that I got to do something that I had not been able to do in decades. And what happened last Sunday was far beyond anything that I could even imagine. I literally got out there, played table tennis with some really good players for 3 hours straight. And the only time I stopped was to fill my water bottle and take a bathroom break. Now, I have no idea of how this works. And I think that's where you come in.
Magic.
It's got to be. Linda can't believe it. She can't believe it.
Yeah, it's, you know, and it's not uncommon. We get so many people commenting on how Maca, taking Maca, has boosted their energy. You know, there's so many, and what does that mean? You know, what we can say boost the energy, but what that means is it helps people to do the things they like to do, they want to do, right? You like to play table tennis in a competitive way, so you get to do that again. You know, some people who like to train really hard, or people who work hard, they get to do that again. I personally get to mountain bike better than I did when I was 25, and you know, I'm 47. So that's what it means when you get energy, that you have a more active, a better quality of life, right? Because it's kind of vague just to say energy. But we just see it over and over and over again, that Maca does raise your, as we talked about, life force energy, and I guess the question is, how in the world is that happening, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's a mystery. And you know, Linda asked an interesting question, Mark. She says, will it be consistent? And I think we did address that, but I'd love to hear how this all works. Now, did it take a couple months to get to that level? It did. But when you think about a couple of months out of a couple of decades, oh my gosh.
It's a good point. That is something that people, and we talk a lot about on our website and with customers, that Maca is a food like we talked about, and it's not a drug. It's not even an herb. So it takes a while to work. So you have to let it sort of build up in your system. Some people, you know, get a nice effect after even just a few days, but other people might take a month. And the benefits you get after 1 month might not be the full-blown benefits you're going to get later, right?
Right.
So you really do need to consider the timing, that it may take a while to really feel these. And you had been taking it for a while, right? Before you were really playing. I mean, a couple months, I think, or at least a month.
Yeah.
So how does this work? Well, the first thing to understand is that Maca is like a nutritional powerhouse. It's got protein, it's got 19 essential amino acids, it's got vitamins A and B1, 2, and 3. It's got 20 free fatty acids, and then it's got these unique compounds called macaines and macamides. And those are what are being studied in terms of, especially in terms of hormone balance, right? So in a nutshell, this first thing, the way it works is you're putting a lot of nutrients in your body, and nutrients that your body might not otherwise be balanced in. given the low quality of soil most of our food is grown in, unfortunately. So that's the first thing. And then we already talked about it being an adaptogen, which is going to raise the body's life force, going to help the resistance to disease. It's going to improve emotional health. And then finally, it's going to balance your hormones. And it's going to help boost those hormones. I like to listen to sports talk radio sometimes. And on those, there's always ads for low testosterone for men, right?
Yes.
And that's because the men, notice their sort of life force has gone down. Well, maca does that. It boosts testosterone when men have a low testosterone level on its own. So these are the ways it's going to give people energy, that nutrient bomb, the balancing of the hormones, and then the fact that it's an adaptogenic food. That's going to, result in somebody playing table tennis for 4 hours, for example, right?
Yeah. And, here's what's interesting about that. I didn't just play and then come home and, crash or have to take a nap. That's not what happened. There is this very subtle and maybe not so subtle energy that just continues. So it's not like I went and had that great exercise and had so much fun, by the way, playing, and then came home and I had to take a nap or lock myself in the room. I came home and did 3 loads of laundry. So there's something that is important for people to know, that it doesn't matter what your health condition is, it doesn't matter what your age is, that there is something that is such a simple solution. I mean, I'm a really tough case, when it comes to things like this. And for me to be able to play that level of table tennis, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, about a month ago, I bought a new racket. And so I bought a high-speed racket. When I got the racket home, right, it's like a ping pong paddle, people call it. I took the paddle out of the box, and I thought to myself, my gosh, this thing is so heavy, I'm never going to be able to play with it. And that's really, I almost sent it back, Mark. If you'd have seen me Sunday, you would have had no idea about that whatsoever.
Isn't that awesome? Wow.
That is really hard to explain to people. And so I said, Linda, when you come out, you're going to see it for yourself. And we're going to do some videos.
And what's so cool, Dr. Pat, about this too is, guess what? When you start moving the body and you have more energy and you feel better, the body responds. It doesn't matter what age. The body, the muscles grow. You can increase flexibility. You want to move more. So you feel like, I want to get healthier. So instead of playing table tennis for 2 hours, you're working to 3 and then 4, and and that's what's amazing about it. So for all those people out there who haven't done anything for years, try maca and then do something fun that you like to do. For me, it's mountain biking, or for some people it might be weightlifting, or maybe some people walking on the beach. We'll try, taking maca for a few weeks and then just notice. And when you feel like doing that fun thing, get out there and do it, and then just do more.
One of the things I'd love for you to also talk about is that, part of the other part of the equation is, okay, can your body actually rest after you have that much energy? And I think we should talk about that, because one of the things that I want to mention to people is that, sleeping at night is better. So it's not like you're taking a super drink and you're getting all pumped up for a couple of hours. That's not what we're talking about here. And I would love for you to make sure that we address that, because it doesn't keep you up at night. We're not talking about something that you're not going to be able to sleep, the caffeine business, right?
Right.
I'm sleeping better than I ever have.
It's a great point. Maca does not stress the adrenal glands. So something like caffeine basically puts the adrenals on alert, and they start pumping out, flight or fight hormones, basically. And that's okay. We need those things. But if you're doing it unnaturally, you're going to crash down. Who has never, drank a bunch of coffee or a caffeinated beverage and then it felt terrible, 4 hours later or 3 hours later.
Right.
And that's because your adrenals were stressed and they're not meant to be, they're meant to be a burst and not meant to be stressed out all the time. And maca doesn't do that. Maca has no caffeine. As you said, it actually helps people sleep often. With a balanced hormonal system, you get a better sleep and a deeper sleep for most people. So that's really a nice thing. And you don't really have to worry about taking it too late in the day, although we typically tell people starting out, take it before 2 in the afternoon for most people, just to see how you individually, react to it. Because it as people's hormonal systems balance, it can, they can have different effects. So,
well, we have to keep remembering, right, that this is a food. For those of you out there, we would love to give a special gift away, and Benny will get your information, and Mark will call you directly. 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. Please give Benny your information, and then what Mark will do is call you directly, and what he'll put together is something custom for you, depending upon where you are and what you want to change. So please go ahead and do that. Also, I would love for everybody to go check it out, themacateam.com. Mark, one of the things we were talking about earlier is talking about, and I want to get back to the term, talking about the term proactive pro-youthing. And I want to talk about that when it comes to helping us realize our life's purpose and our focus. Now, here's what I want to say about table tennis. It's a little ball, and it travels very fast. And so focus is super, super important. The other part that I wanted to talk with you about is the level of emotions and how maca affects our emotion stability. Because I'm sitting there playing with a bunch of people, and I'm calm and I'm happy and I'm having a great time, and most people are just not happy about the way they're playing. Can you just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, the way, one of the things maca does, I think, is it kind of helps people focus their life purpose in a way, what you're doing, and obviously, Dr. Pat, you have that dialed in now, you know what you want to share with people and what you're up to. But for those of people who don't, the way maca can help with that is it does increase your ability to focus, your brain's literal ability to focus and concentrate. And we get lots of feedback on that. We just got a really nice testimonial from a 53-year-old firefighter who talks about, I met a guy on duty as a firefighter, one of my friends, and asked him what was going on with maca, and he told him, hey, I'm using it and I love it. And this man said at first he thought, no way, like we were talking about before. Yeah. Nah, it can't be. So he bought some and tried it. And he says, what he says, quote unquote, I have amazing endurance and focus as well. So that is helping him fulfill his purpose as a firefighter, right? Giving him the strength and the tools he needs to do that. It's something that people often talk about when their life force energy comes up. Another thing they often talk about, I should say, is that sort of depression and low-level energy, sort of emotional stagnation goes away because you start moving. and not only physical movement, but just feeling better. That a lot of people talk about that, that I don't feel depressed anymore. I don't want to lay around. I don't suffer from fatigue and depression. So that's really, an amazing thing, all coming from this simple root vegetable, just putting it in the diet.
Yeah. Part of this though, Mark, if we could just mention it again, is, it's a root vegetable, but I can't say enough about the quality because I think that we don't talk about that enough. You can look at maca out there and, mostly you're not going to get it. but can you talk about what it means to be organic, GMO-free? Tell us about that. That's important.
It is, because we, when I got into this business, it was because I loved the maca we found from the farming co-ops we use in Peru. And that maca is incredibly high quality. What makes it high quality is that it's grown in land that is rested properly, so it's not continually farmed. A lot of it is wild crafted, meaning it's just sprouting up on the farms. All of it is from original GMO-free pure seed that is originally wild seed. So it hasn't suffered intense cultivation. It's not grown with pesticides or any chemicals. All the stuff we get is certified organic to U.S. standards and European standards, which are actually more stringent in many ways than U.S. ones. The other thing is that it's harvested at the proper time. As some of you probably listening know, the time at which something is harvested can determine the effectiveness of the nutrients within it, how many nutrients it has. So that's another key component. And then it's processed and made into a powder at the right time, dried properly. There's just all these things that go into it to preserve the quality, to make it the highest quality available. What we do and how we try to preserve it. We do that because we want to give people the benefits we're talking about. We want to ensure that those are coming. So it's really important for people, whether you're buying maca from the maca team or somewhere else, that is it certified organic? Is it GMO free? Is it carefully harvested? And most importantly, is it from Peru? Because that's where the maca needs to come from. Some is now grown in China, and I would just recommend, we've talked about that before on this show. I would just recommend to stay away from that for various reasons. But the main one being it just doesn't work very well. And so I think the quality, you can't expect to put, low quality gasoline mixed with water in your car and it run well, right? So you go for something good. And especially the body, how many more times precious is our body than a car, right? So why not put the absolute best you can get in it? And that's always been our approach, and that's why, we take the time to do that, to really take care to get the best possible.
Yeah. I mean, this is something people can find lots of information on your website. So I want to make sure folks know that. Yeah. Mark, thank you so much for today. Also, I wanted to ask you, I know we've talked about a lot today. I want to make sure that folks have a personal message from you. I know you're hearing so much from people about the benefits. What would you like to leave us all with today? What's your personal message?
Wow. First of all, I'd just like to say I'm really grateful for all the people listening and grateful for the opportunity to be, on your show and to have this conversation. And I would want to tell people to basically what we had talked about earlier, stay open to the possibilities. Stay open to the possibility that you can, feel better, that you can, have that flexibility and youthfulness in body, mind, and spirit. Just stay open to that. And,
awesome.
Watch what happens.
Awesome. And for those of you out there, lots of information if you go to the website, themaca, MACA.com. Mark, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for, the way that you're out in the world, you and your family, for, staying in integrity about, the growing the maca and bringing it here. Thank you so much for all of that.
My pleasure. Thank you, too.
All right. I want to thank all of you for tuning us in and turning us on. If you missed any part of this, it will replay again later on tonight on Transformation Talk Radio. Thank you, guys, and stay tuned for another hour on Transformation Talk Radio.